Alright guys, how you going? Trader Trav here again. Thought I'd do a different style of video that I haven't done before, which is just basically a news one. And yeah, I don't know, man. Like what the hell is going on? Like you think that you've seen everything, right? But I am just the whole 3AC thing, the Luna thing, but this is next level, right? So let's try and piece together what happened. Full credit to everybody that has tweeted that I'm about to go through. They've done all the hard work. So, follow those guys if you feel the need. So I'm going to go through. It'll end up being in reverse chronological order because that's just how Twitter works. But so these are all the things that I've liked on my Twitter feed recently that have to do with this FTX.com buyout from Binance. All right, so let's look at this first one from Lucas Nuzzi. So this was posted about 2 hours ago. I found evidence that FTX might have provided a massive bailout for Alameda in Q2, which now came back to haunt them. So 40 days ago, 173 million FTT tokens worth over 4 billion became active on chain. That day, over 8 billion worth of FTT was moved on chain. This was the largest move ever. I went through all the transfers that happened on that day using various tools, found a peculiar transaction that interacted with a contract from the FTT ICO. This 2019 contract automatically released 173 million FTT from the token's ICO contract. The recipient of the 4 billion USD worth of FTT tokens was no one but Alameda. So Alameda and FTX are one and the same. I think we all knew that, even though they went ahead and said that they were separate. But even if they were separate, you know that they were buddies, right? So Alameda then sent the entire balance to the address of the deployer, which is the creator of the FTT contract. That's controlled by someone at FTX. In other words, Alameda auto-vested $4.9 billion worth of FTT just before it sent it immediately back to FTX. This is what this guy thinks happened. Alameda blew up in Q2 along with Three Arrows Capital. And it only survived because it was able to secure funding from FTX using the FTT as collateral. Yeah. Dodgy, right? So the Alameda bailout likely put a dent on FTX's balance sheet to the point where it was no longer solvent. This would have been fine if the price of FTT didn't collapse and a bank run ensued. This is why Alameda tried their best to protect FTT's price. That was kind of obvious from the start, especially, because FTT was being used as collateral for loans, right? That we knew that a long time ago. They were using FTT as a way to short Wi-Fi back in the day, if you remember that. So Wi-Fi was getting hammered, and whether it was Alameda or an FTX, I forget, but they were using FTT collateral to borrow Wi-Fi and short it. Right? Might be karma, right? Anyway, so this is where it gets crazier. This is the chance for folks at Binance knew about the arrangement between FTX and Alameda, and they had the opportunity. So, they caused the squeeze on Binance by pushing the price of FTT down. So then Binance comes in and offers to buy FTX. Here's a good meme. Actually, I'm not sure if that's going to be able to be visible. Excited to see him repping the industry in DC going forward. Is he allowed to go to DC? Like a public dig at CZ, right? Saying that he can't go to America. And then, of course, billionaires and their egos, right? So, and then he's saying a competitor is trying to go after us with the false rumors. FTX is fine, assets are fine. And then obviously later on, huge thank you to CZ and Binance and all our supporters for getting us out of this hole. Come on, man. This one This one is really sad because the Ontario Teachers Pension, I remember this when it came out 2 months ago. They put their pension in with FTX. And now, if FTX is no more, where the hell is all the pension money gone? So the Ontario teachers are screwed. It's not good. Staking accounts. Let's have a look at what Lane's talking about. So, um, with the Alameda stake with Solana, so the TLDR is that Alameda might be selling a whole bunch of Solana because they've got it staked in validators. So he's saying that it's an open secret that Alameda run some Solana validators, and he's saying each has somewhere between 2.5 and 3 million in there. This means if Alameda needed cash, they would do some unstaking. He's got some links there. These validators account for several dozen million Solana. In recent hours, he's seen 2 validators unstake almost their entire stake, accounting for 4.5 million. So these are links to that. Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, and Ledger all run validators, so it's not unusual for big players to do that. Ledger and Coinbase have large unstakes, 1 million and 250,000 respectively, but the others don't, indicating Binance and Kraken aren't seeing major changes in user staking. Yeah, so you can stake your Solana with Binance, and they'll put it in a validator for you. So it could be that this run on Solana staking might be partly users wanting their money back because they're seeing the price of Solana go down, so they want to dump it. It'd be interesting to see how much of that is the actual institutions, how much they hold, and are they staking it or unstaking it, right? So overall stake changes indicate a lot of volatility. Many large validators are seeing big unstakes. So the conclusion is that it appears Alameda is liquidating at least 4.5 million Solana from their validators. If this is dumped into the market, we're going to see Solana price volatility in the next 30 hours because these whole unstake things run on epochs. So 30 hours, so that was roughly 2 hours ago, so 28 hours. So you still got a full day plus a few hours, so to see what happens. So keep an eye on that. So I don't think there's just based on this, buying Solana now probably not a good idea. Yeah, here's a good one with the Jim Cramer. I should stop clicking that. Jim Cramer, he must be stopped. At what point is a bet on Bitcoin the bet on Sam Bankman-Fried's balance sheet? And then the inverse Cramer bot going just like that. FTX and Sam have been folded like a lawn chair. Are you okay? No, I'm invested in an industry run by clowns. Yeah. That feeling you have when billions of dollars, a stadium, Tom Brady, half of CT, shilling you every shitcoin pre-sale in the universe, and somehow you still stuffed it up. It's true though. This is an interesting one. Crypto Deleted, if you don't know about that, that's a bot that runs on Telegram that tracks, certain accounts and keeps a copy of all their tweets. And if you delete a tweet, it'll post it so everyone can see, what you've deleted. So this one here was deleted, which says FTX has enough to cover all client holdings. We don't invest clients' assets, even in treasuries. We have been processing all withdrawals and will continue to be. So that was deleted. A competitor is trying to go after us with false rumors. FTX is fine. Totally sounds like Celsius, doesn't it? So CZ's chiming in here. 2 big lessons. Never use a token you created as collateral. Don't borrow if you run a crypto business. Don't use capital efficiently. Have large reserves. Binance has never used BNB for collateral. And we've never taken on debt. I don't know if that's true. Could be. It's not the first time that either of these people have said half-truths. So, yeah, interesting. Could be true. Although you can use BNB on, the Binance chain as collateral for things. So whether Binance has done that or not, I don't know. Yeah, this is just another person retweeting the fact that he deleted something which obviously wasn't true. All right, so here's another person with a thread on what's happening with FTX. The Trouble exchange faced several liquidity issues in the past and has now agreed to its terms to its primary competitor, which is Binance. Less than a week ago, November 2nd, Coindesk broke a story claiming that they had acquired Alameda Research's balance sheet showing all the coins and whatever else that they had, which raised all these concerns in the first place. There was nothing backing up to saying that it was true or not. But it was still a big deal. Alameda is FTX founder and billionaire Sam's first venture. Blah blah blah. What do we got here? Alameda pivoted to becoming a market maker after arbitrage opportunities dried up. Yes, we know that. FTX was founded after Alameda as a platform for traders. Yes, early days prevailing, but FTX isn't Alameda's data source. FTMX is Alameda's piggy bank. What else have we got? Where does he start talking about it? So Alameda's balance sheet. The incriminating revelation from CoinDesk was that the plurality of Alameda's assets were in FTX's own exchange token, FTT. Yeah, so we know about that. So that's pretty dangerous, right? So obviously FTT is just a token that they invented out of thin air, which represents FTX, the exchange. It's just like BNB, created out of thin air from the ICO, and people buy it. It's not a share. It's not like an equity or anything. So you don't have rights to the company. But if the company does well, the token price goes up, and vice versa. But it's not backed by anything. Most tokens aren't, are they? Then he goes on to talk about Oxy, Serum, and Maps, which is this low float, high fully what is it? Fully diluted value thing that they do a lot, which everybody hates. So FTX creates FTT, Alameda buys or pre-mines FTT at super low prices, FTX pumps FTT, Alameda posts FTT back to FTX as collateral, borrowing real assets against it, and that's basically how they got in trouble. And then from there, CZ puts the squeeze on, and then now we find out who's wearing pants when the tide goes out. What's this? When you look back, FTX, Sam, and Caroline blatantly lied for days. FTX told Elon Musk he would pay up to $15 billion for a stake in Twitter, and here's why. Yeah, well, where's the money coming from? Here's another meme. He gave away all his fortune. This one's about the total lunar eclipse and the blood moon at the same time. So if you're into all that astrology stuff, pretty coincidental. Maybe it wasn't. Essentially, all CZ did was expose Alameda and FTX were one and the same. FTT was propped up as collateral. Alameda was directionally in the hole, most likely after Luna. Makes sense to me. It's kind of Luna 2 contagion effect, except FTT was a plug asset. Yeah, it makes sense to me too. So it's likely that Alameda and FTX were screwed when Luna crashed, but they used FTT to sort of limp along. Yeah, the recent Up Only TV stream was they did it last night, so that'll go up on YouTube or the podcast soon. So they had Kobe and Ledger and Stablecoin. So they had Duquan on, Martin, Tim Talent, Gainsey, and this other person, which I'm not really sure who, and they were just talking about the whole thing. I'll listen to that whenever it comes online soon. What's this one? 30-second summary is probably much of the same thing. We can skip forward to this. Binance decides to sell its stake in FTX. Now they're friendly competitors, and then they put the sell pressure on. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've covered already. There was a good... Yeah, okay, so here's a retweet that I did. This one was interesting. CZ came out and said that we wanted to sell all the FTT in a controlled manner, and he didn't want to upset the markets. And so it would take a couple of months, right? And then he had that open offer from Alameda to buy at $22 all the FTT, and he declined and then just nuked everything. Not cool. not cool. Like if you wanted to bury, if you wanted to bury them, then sure, fine, whatever, it's business. But you go out and say one thing and then you do another, which is on brand, right? For like everybody, every billionaire and in crypto, right? Because it's happened. It's happened with the people that run Luna. It's happened with Celsius, and now Binance do it, FTX do it. Like you can't trust anybody, not even a little bit. If there was any doubt in my mind that you are on your own, it's all gone. Like you are on your own. There is no help, not even from centralized regulated entities. Because I mean, even in just like normal business, like if something gets, someone goes into bankruptcy or whatever, and you're an unsecured creditor and you want to get your money back, it takes years and years and years and years and years to get, because it's got to go through litigation and all, courts and whatever, and it takes forever. And by the time you get it back, even if you do, it might be only 20 cents in the dollar. Sucks. Um, as far as me personally, what did I lose out of this? I had a couple of $1,000 worth of FTT, and that's just sitting there on FTX. I removed everything else. Hindsight's pretty much 2020. I should have just sold everything, but I didn't. Um, I withdrew everything that I had except the FTT. So kept it there. See what happens. See what Binance does with the FTT tokens. Do they do a swap to BNB or what? Or maybe they just let it die. Who knows? Who knows? Well, no, I think that's it. So I hope you're all okay. Those of you that have funds on FTX, yeah, that sucks. I hope you can get it out eventually. Um, I withdrew, yeah, as I said, I withdrew mine 2 days ago. And it was hard too. Like the Solana, I could withdraw almost instantly, but even just withdrawing the Bitcoin that I had on there, it took me, like, they were constantly failing. The transactions were failing. I'm going, ooh, this is not good, which made me really worried for the rest of the stuff. So I just got out as much as I could. Ended up getting it all out. So, um, yeah. Anyway, keep following me on the socials, Facebook and Twitter, and I'll just keep retweeting and liking stuff which I think is pertinent. I don't have any inside knowledge or anything of what's going to happen, so you know we're all in this together in the dark. So hope you're doing all right. I'll see you guys in the next video.